Hi everyone! Today's video is about what are downloads. So I'm going to start by saying downloads can be experienced in a number of different ways, and it really kind of depends on the perception of the experiencer. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give a few examples. I'm going to try to give better examples than my last video of my own experience, to maybe help trigger some of your own experiences, or maybe bring them to the surface of your awareness. And I guess let's dig in. Okay, so one example of a download, one that I used to get in unconscious state, is dreams. So before I really kind of knew how to tap into my own psychic abilities, I was still tapping into them. I just wasn't fully aware of what they were or that I was even being psychic. I was really in denial about my psychic abilities, and I know a lot of other people are, because everybody kind of expects psychic abilities to be really out front and on the surface and be like, wham! You know, I'm psychic. That's not how it works at all. It's not. It's very much a subtle thing that you kind of have to like almost call forth and really kind of understand, and you almost have to like gain certain perspectives before you can really understand your own abilities and be able to use them in a way that is more effective. I guess, I don't know if effective is the right word, but like when I first started really consciously using my psychic abilities, I wasn't having any intention with them. Like I would go into meditation and I would just project without any intention. I would just be like, okay, so where are we going to go today? And that, I never went anywhere. I just go from one tunnel to another tunnel to another tunnel, and then I get stuck in this place that I call the in-between, because it's like, you know, it's like funnels, and it's just like, I feel like I'm in between, and that's just what I feel like when I'm there, and that's what happens if you don't have intention, and you don't know where you're going with your psychic abilities. So when we receive downloads, we're getting information that can be tapped into whether we are perceiving our psychic abilities or not. So the way that we tap into these downloads is through meditative practices. Is a great way to tap into downloads because you're able to quiet enough of your distractions. We spend a lot of time distracting ourselves and not listening to our own guidance. So going into meditation really gives you the time to quiet everything and talk to yourself, and really kind of bring to the surface the things that still need to be processed. And once you're able to take the time to process, you can start vibrating that into your reality to be integrated. And when you integrate that, that's when you unlock your download and you're like, oh, okay. So that's how you can perceive a download once you get it. You're going to receive downloads a lot, but you're not always going to unlock them. You're just going to, you know, kind of store them until they're ready to be unlocked, until you've taken the time to process the information so that you can vibrate it and integrate it into your reality. So some of the symptoms of what it feels like to receive a download, you know, this is the pre-processing, pre-integration period. This is just receiving the data. So there are physical symptoms, and there are also non-physical symptoms. So you can get a download and feel absolutely nothing. Nothing. You can look at your synchronistic numbers and feel nothing. Or you can look at them and feel like, whoa, I just got knocked sideways. That was intense. Like, getting downloads can have a physical reaction or can have no reaction. So if you don't have a reaction but you still feel like you're receiving information, don't worry. You're definitely receiving information. So when I receive a download consciously and I realize I'm receiving that, what it feels like is literally my body starts to like vibrate, and it kind of vibrates in different places depending on where I'm receiving the download of information, what chakra system, energy system it's connected to. Most frequently I feel it in my head, like in the back of my head and in the middle of my face, like It's kind of interesting, the sensations. Like my husband's used to it now. Like I'll be sitting there like doing my homework and I'll be like, I feel like my face is vibrating. And I'll be like, I must be getting a download. uh, um, one of the other things that I noticed when I was doing a lot of like root chakra clearing, especially really early on, and I was activating a lot of the parts of me that were going to help clear that, was I would get a lot of lower back pain because I was carrying so much dense energy down there that needed to be moved out. And so, one of the things, I was getting through my downloads was ways intuitively to clear that energy. So I was guided to videos, but I was also guided to like just intuitive knowing. I have clear cognizance. It's really hard to explain to people like what that is because I just sometimes know things and I don't know how to explain how I know them because I never was given the information in a verbal way. It was just there. So I was given, practices like breathing practices and grounding methods to help clear the parts within my chakra system that was blocked so that I could move up through my own chakra system and start doing some, subatomic like healing, like cellular healing. And then I was also guided to a teacher recently that also has a really phenomenal course, and she's kind of doing an experimental thing right now, so I don't think that I can share her. But in the future, when she wants to go public with this, I will, because it's been so effective for me. So it's very similar to hypnosis, but you're really going in and you're focusing on cells, which is so important because we just don't pay attention to our cells enough. And our cells are what create our existence. And so that was a lot of the downloads I was receiving was, intuitive healing practices on myself. And then also, teaching myself how to flex my eyes in a way that I could see without seeing. So the only way I can describe it is if you kind of try to look without trying to physically see something or focus on anything. So try to let me see if I can think about, I need to get grounded a little bit. Let me see if I can think about a good example of how to tell you how to do this. So if you were to just open your eyes, but not try to look at anything, just try to perceive the room that you're in without actually trying to look at any particular object. Practice doing that. It's not as simple as it sounds, but once you get to that and you get to the point where you can do that very easily, that's when you really can start looking for energy. And when you start seeing energy, you can start seeing elementals. And when you start seeing energy and elementals and how they work together, you start understanding the universe better. So simple exercises like that can launch you forward. It takes time, it takes practice, and it takes not beating yourself up if you don't get it the first few times. So just be patient with yourself and know that things come, and they come in time, and they come with patience, and they come with practice. Ways that you can experience a download is on an unconscious level, where the experiencer, and this is kind of how I first started experiencing my download, where the experiencer is having the download and beginning to process it, but doesn't yet know how to integrate it because they're still in an unconscious, unaware state. So what happens is you receive the information and it kind of gets stored into a little data bank. And then what that does is it can resonate and bring within your reality into your now moment more of that frequency. So if you get a download for a activation specific to a specific chakra and you have a clearing that needs to happen in that chakra, you will vibrate within your reality a situation that will cause you to face whatever shadow is causing that blockage. And when you clear that blockage, then you will unlock the information from within that download. And when you unlock the information from within the download, you know it, because you're like, it's an epiphany moment. You're like, oh my gosh, I get it. And then that's when you take the download that you received and you processed through experience and vibration and resonating it and the proper frequency to bring it into your reality. And the integration is having the awareness of it, the epiphany moment. So, an example I'm going to use is a video I saw the other day. So this girl, she has a channel, her name is Kurious, and she's absolutely adorable. You'll love her. I'm going to post a link to her channel because you should watch this video. I love the way she gives the description of the sylphs and how she works with them in the sky. And so sky healing is something I've done in the past, and it's something that I've received a download for in the past. It's something I was supposed to do to help work with the elementals to heal the sky, especially when there's sky wars going on. Basically what happened was when I saw her video, I was able to take the download that I had received in the past and process it through experience, through things that I had already done, and then watch her video, and it like light bulb, ding, and then I was able to access the rest of the information and integrate that into my reality through a new healing technique, and it worked phenomenally. It worked so well because I was so in communication and resonating at the proper frequency that I needed to be resonating at. Finally. Whereas before I was like almost getting there, but I wasn't feeling like I was being effective like I needed to be. So what I have is a 4-minute clip of a real time of me doing a healing session with the sky, and then it goes into a time lapse of the rest of the session, which is about 40 minutes. So what happened is I went to open my windows, let the light in so that my plants can get the sun, and, I look out at the sky and I'm just like, sky wars going on out there. And the elementals were out, and I was just like, they were really like calling to me. So I grounded myself. I went and got my offering, and I did my offering, I grounded myself, and I just went to work. I really integrated everything that I had downloaded, all the information that I had downloaded, and then all the triggers that I had gotten from her video that helped me process that download and integrate it into my reality, and kind of pulled that into the healing session. And when I pulled that into the healing session, to be able to watch and feel within my being, within my energetic centers, that I was actually achieving something, a connection with the elementals that I hadn't had before. And so that's my example of how sometimes you can receive a download and then process it through experience, and then integrate it by also experiencing it through yourself. So be open to guidance. If you feel called to a certain video or a certain person or a certain piece of information, usually that is your own guidance trying to help you unlock your download so that you can process the information and integrate it into your reality. So I'm going to play the video. It's about 4 minutes, and you can kind of fast forward through it, but there is light language activations in it, so it is 4 minutes of real time. It's really beautiful if you just take the time to look at the sky and try to look, try to see without looking. Try to embrace the energy that is within the clouds, and kind of try to imagine that as a conscious element, the elementals, and also watch Kurious's video, because the way she explains the sylphs will help you also kind of get a better context. So sylphs are, light beings. They are air elementals. To me, what they look like to me are like little sparkles in the air that kind of do this, like all over the air. Just kind of like little lights, like flicker. Not even like flickering so much as almost like, like little pieces of glitter in the air. But you can see that they have, they have patterns, like they have like swoops to them, and they dance, it's like beautiful. If you actually take the time to watch the energy and how it like moves together, they dance, and it's amazing. It's phenomenal. So the next time you start feeling all the elementals coming around, you see the storm clouds building, connect with them. It's the feeling that you get. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. So 4 minutes of real-time footage, so you can really experience elementals working in tandem with, me, the vessel who I'm channeling, also with my ET star family. So the three of us working in tandem together to kind of do a sky healing session. And then after that, it's a time-lapse footage of basically the rest of the 40 minutes of the session. And then my phone started getting blurry, so I cut it off. It went out of focus. So.
Suokatais nagai wakai te suatai, kos nagai waka uskoatais, katais wakatai te suatai. Tasoi te isakoatai shanatai, kotskatai shkatai. Tukatai shkata kawashkatai te. Nagata washkatai te sitai te Seita was a nakatai shkatai to watatakai kare te shkatai kwakai te watakai sanata ita kwasakatai. Isi toshana AK wadai kawasakatai. Ito wat katai shkatai sukakai ke sekatai chikoatakai ke te kawantanda AK sekatai shkokai sekatai shkawata. Sekatai shkatai takwasakatai. Ain katai shkata wat katai shkatai se nakata wakai ke se te na AK wakai sakawai ngai chikoatakai tekatai takwasakatai katakatai kawahi hi wasakai ke te wasnakatai hi wasa hi ko hi katai ke wasa ai te wasa ka wasa ka wasa katai ke wasa ai te wasa ai te ko Kis kata ai ko aja te wata kanare kita sikata to sikete ko ta di sikete to ai sikata ita no kata ai sikata o ka ita sikata te wata kata ai te sakato askata ai kete So nakata washkata ikatai kai nakada washkata itakai na wasakata itai sakota ai kada waskata.
crystals to heal our sky. I'm sorry, light language is trying to come through right now. I'm going to leave a short transmission because it's making it hard for me to talk. So much love to all of you.